Or if you can hit a nice high draw, then just go for it. Oh, if this is up, it's good. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. Chance to get it close here. Well, this is the kind of wind that separates the great players from the average players. You really have to be strong to handle these kinds of winds. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Well, she just played a wonderful shot from back there. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
He's 11 feet away. That's not how you picture it, Frank, when you step on that first tee.
No, you'd like to go back to that first tee right now and start again.
Getting set now over the putt. 1 under early in the round. So they'll tap in. Steady as she goes, another par, and still even for the round. Back to the action here at the second, and a par 3. Frank, it's 231 yards. What are we looking at?
Well, somehow, if you can hit it sky high, that's the best shot to hit in there. This green sometimes gets brick hard, and of course it all slopes to the left.
I mean, really on top of his game right now. That was a splendid approach shot. To where the hole is cut, just about 190 yards, Frank.
Second shot.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Drops the putt to go to 2 under.
Even par currently.
Nothing wrong with that par putt. Now to the par 4 third, picturesque and difficult hole, Frank.
It might be picturesque, but it's certainly not for the faint of heart. This is going to take your best swing.
Water all down the left side. No fairway here. This one in that rough.
Hazard.
Maybe wet. That one ends up in the rough.
That went sideways.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. So 24 feet after that approach shot, Frank.
It's just outside the what you'd think very makeable distance.
He'll need to be strong with this. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one. Now, it's that sneaky distance.
I thought that was in.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, line, pace, it's hard to be critical of that.
This for par. So 2 under early on. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Still even par for the day. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. 4th hole is the first par 5 on the golf course, Frank.
Very scoreable. 2 bunkers down the left, the first of which takes 330 yards to get it past that.
Definite birdie hole, maybe even a chance for Eagle to really jumpstart the round.
I'm loving that balance.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball, and this shot he is on the fairway, over 300 yards.
Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks. Rich, with a lie like that in the rough, you're going to get too much grass between club face and ball. You're going to have to adjust for that and at least take a club or 2 more.
Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. That one is bunker bound, it looks like. In the bunker, still with a chance for an up and down. Frank, what do you like on the second shot here at the par 5 4th?
It's a typical Arnold Palmer par 5 where he makes you make up your mind whether you want to go for the green and 2. Because if you can, you've got to hit that high floating second shot that carries just the front of that green, because the front of that green's raised, Rich. And if it doesn't land on the screen soft, it'll just be repelled in one of 4 different directions.
This is the 4th shot now, coming out of the bunker.
Really. This is that awkward length.
Continues to putt beautifully. Shouldn't be a problem here. So, Frank, what do you think of the start so far?
Rock solid. Very impressed.
Frank, at the 4th, we pulled the hammer out. Here, maybe it's a scalpel.
Well, it just depends. A little trailing breeze. A drive is not always a bad play here. 367 yards to the front. There's a little kick forward. So wind behind your back, almost worth a go.
This has really been an airtight performance to this point, just flawless. That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, nice to have a short iron into a par 4 here at Bay Hill, but still no guarantee that you'll make the birdie or even par.
But a reward for a good one, exactly the way you've described it. This is one hole that's a swing hole. Hit a good shot in here, you're going to have inside 10, 15 feet for a birdie. Make a mistake, then all of a sudden you're scratching your head. How did I make 5? This looks like it's going to find the target.
Not too bad, about 25 feet away. Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. This one just requires a little bit of focus. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. This for birdie. takes care of business. 5 under par. Locked in on the read and the speed. Good, solid par right there. Frank, back in 1998, by any chance, do you remember exactly how many golf balls John Daly hit into the water at the 6th?
It was half a dozen. Half a box of golf balls.
It is a windy day out here, Frank. My hat just blew off. This is going to affect the players' shots, that's for sure. Not the best shot, this one in the rough, but still will have a play from there. Frank, for players looking to improve their putting, what are some of the training methods they can use?
I think speed is always is a good one when you get on the putting green and you just practice trying to putt inside that 3-foot circle, because in the end all sports are the same. You're trying to focus in on the destination where that ball has to be delivered, whether it's tennis inside the court or basketball inside the rim. Putting's no different. As you get further and further away from the hole, then you just make an acceptable size circle that you're trying to putt within. So pace, very important. Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. I see a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Setting up for another approach, our featured golfer has continued that excellent play from earlier in the round.
Indeed. There's no better feeling in the world than when you know you're firing on all cylinders. Hitting fairways, second shot's just going straight at the flag. Right now, everything is working.
What a nice shot. Right on the green and a pretty easy putt on the way. He's set up for his third shot here, looking to get it on the green with this. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. So close.
Can't birdie them all, Rich.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Good work right there, now to 6 under.
Even par, currently.
Nothing wrong with that par putt. Well, you're breathing a sigh of relief. Your round wasn't sunk at the par 5 6th, and now you come to this par 3. It's just a little under 200 yards.
Yeah, aiming at the middle of the green's not a bad thing here, Rich. You can always putt to the corners and have a birdie chance.
You take 3 and walk off this hole to the 8th?
Well, you could get a little greedy. You know, a tee shot in the middle of this green is not too bad. You'll still have a birdie putt.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie. Oh, this is a huge putt. It's in.
Now she can make birdie. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Lost that mini battle right there on that hole with a bogey and slips to 1 over par. Getting ready to tee off here at the 8th. Frank, this hole has it all. Dogleg, bunkers, water. How do you successfully navigate it?
It's such a pretty looking hole, Rich. That bunker down the left just sort of pops out and you see it. So you can either work it off that to the right, either that or just aim a little right. But be careful of those trees on the right.
That's in the fairway. It is the house that Arnold built, the Bay Hill Club and Lodge. Arnold's summer home is actually in western Pennsylvania, Latrobe Country Club. That's where he grew up. He came to Central Florida in the 1970s and fell in love with this piece of ground. He bought it, and he's grown it ever since, and now it is host to one of the premier stops on the PGA Tour. Big, strong golf course. You have to really be a good ball striker and generally one of the longer hitters to be successful around here. Good looking shot right here. Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. Frank, as we look at the approach shot here at the 8th, no doubt a player would be happy to walk out of here with a par.
Oh, no doubt about that at all. Really, you want to judge your second shot to land somewhere in the middle of this green. Don't really want to be messing with the front. If you have a little look, you'll see why. It's no snack, though.
Don't leave it short. Wow. Settles in over the putt. Wow, touch of a locksmith out there, making everything.
Yeah, and the result, yet another birdie too. Totally in command.
Just trying to keep this round on track. Has that putt, stays at 1 over. Finishing up here on the front side at Bay Hill with a lengthy par 4. What's the key, Frank?
Well, the hole's relatively flat, but the rough on the right comes into play. If you can carry that ball 300 yards, then just take it in over the bunker.
Good contact, good result.
Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 290 yards.
Second shot, good look at the green.
Our computer gives us 23 feet, Rich.
Frank, you want to make the turn in style. We're here at the 9th, the approach shot, and what are we looking at?
big green, one of the biggest on the golf course. This hole's changed a lot with equipment over the years, so long iron, even a mid iron for some people, to a very generous green. Just pitch it on the front third, and you'll be having a birdie putt here at 9.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
This is a 23-foot putt. That may have been a bit too much to ask for there, that distance putt, Frank.
Yeah, it's fine to be greedy before you hit the putt, but after you've hit it, 2 from that distance is fine.
Did the job right there. Just a little tap in here. You may have lost track at home, but we're keeping count, and that is 9 under for the day. Just a superb performance on the front side. He's hoping to keep it going here on the back 9, Frank.
The game is so much easier when you're swinging well, putts are going in. Really, you've just got to keep out of your own way.
That one is just a little offline, and that will not end up in the fairway. So she's rolled into that first cut. It's not a perfect lie, but not bad either. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Not easy to control from that kind of a lie, is it, Frank?
No, obviously you could see in the back of his mind, don't go left. So it just depends how far right this is going to finish.
About 99 yards to the hole.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
That was a good run right there. Almost went in.
At least he's seen the line as it went past the hole. So just replicate that on the way back.
Well, that's a bit disappointing.
I guarantee you, though, she thought she had that one.
Just a couple of feet. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Nudge this one home, finish it up. So, 2 over par for the round. Another par 4 here, the 11th. It's just under 440 yards. This time, there's water looming left and then bunkers on the right-hand side. It's a pretty good challenge, Frank.
This hole's very similar to the third hole on the front side. 2 bunkers down the right side. Just got to keep it a little left. You don't have to hit driver here.
Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway. Frank, the second shot here at number 11, another good-looking shot, not unlike the third hole with water along the left. What's the right way to play this?
Obviously, you'd like to walk off 11 with 3, but 4 here never really hurts the scorecard. This is one hole you sort of play with an orange light feeling. A little right of the flag, that's absolutely fine.
Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. All right, this is the second attempt on this hole from 110 yards away. Shouldn't be a problem here.
A lip out's fine as long as it doesn't happen to you.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Always like to get the double figures under par. 10 under already. So they'll tap in. That's a par. Stays at +2. Teeing it up here on the 12th, 574-yard par 5, Frank.
Another one that's reachable, obviously long and straight. That rough down the right side, though, is normally very thick. Avoid the 2 bunkers, lots of contours and undulations around this green.
That ball's run out certainly over 300 yards, Frank. Call it about 310. Frank made this hole just a little bit harder hitting it into the rough.
I would say a lot harder.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. That one is in the bunker. Anything you do differently with your setup?
Just dig my feet into the sand a little bit more, but make sure you focus on the exact spot on the ball you want to hit. What, when you can't reach the green out of a fairway bunker? Do the next best thing. That's put the ball in play. That's exactly what we just saw.
Smart shot. Playing his second shot here at the par 5.
This one's going left, Rich.
Not knocking down the flag stick here, but it looks as though it will find the green. And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up.
Should be safely on deck.
Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long. Yeah, that's a good putt right there. From that distance, he'll settle. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. That is a solid par putt right there. Well, the great hits just keep coming. Moves to minus 11 on the day. Par 4 13th, Frank, you've played it on a number of occasions. How do you attack this hole?
Really one of the shortest on the golf course, but this is a fool's paradise here. There's a lot of things that can go wrong.
Always so nice, Frank, when that gleaming white golf ball is sitting up on those emerald fairways, the way this one is.
The game almost appears easy when one is playing their second shot from the middle of the fairway, and you quickly forget how difficult it can be. You look left or right, the game becomes much harder.
Par 4 13, Frank, how do you hit this approach shot?
Rich, it's the first par 4 at Bay Hill where the water is actually on the right of the green, and that has to be taken into consideration. Just a little errant shot, and then you're going to be wet. So a little left of the flag, that's where you want to be.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Oh, can't hide the flag stick from that man. Second shot. Good look at the green. Good swing, good shot yet again.
Gets it sneaky distance. Oh, another one goes in.
This is for his birdie. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. 14th hole, Frank, more than 200 yards, par 3. This is no picnic.
No, it plays a little longer than that too, slightly uphill. You've got to carry the ball onto the front of the screen. It will not run up. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Sometimes you get breaks, and he got one right there.
Yeah, I guess the bunker was a little smaller than I thought it was. It looked doomed for that.
Yeah, about 150 yards left here, Frank. And this is looking really good. Settles in over the putt. Oh, dude, that. Just 5 feet left. Back to par for the round. We're here at the 15th now, and a big dogleg right on this one. Frank, what's the best route to take to shoot the low number?
You've got to look at that run out down the left side, which is about 320 yards. If you can stay short of that, then that gives you a perfect shot into this green.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Good looking shot right here. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Now the approach shot, par 4, 15th hole. Frank, break it down.
Green narrows up the further back you go, so the most generous place to land the ball is in the front half of this green. It's also the flattest section of the green. Even par currently.
Now at 1 under for the round. We'll make birdie if this drops. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. The Bay Hill Club and Lodge features a really exciting finishing stretch. 16 is a reachable par 5. You'll see eagles and birdies there coming home. 17, a very difficult par 3 over the water. The bunker is there, takes an excellent shot. And then 18 is all you want. We know that with the water in front, that second shot which comes over the lake. And that's a hold your breath moment. It is a great finishing 3-hole stretch at Bay Hill. Frank, into the finishing stretch now, and really a good chance to make something happen.
Big swing hole here, 16, very reachable, but consequently, too, you've got to hit a great second shot. They've changed this green, especially that left side. Left and short, you're going to come back to the water, but such a great reward for a nice, cool, high-hanging second shot.
On the green in regulation. Frank, just into that first cut.
Yeah, it's sitting up. Really, this isn't too bad a situation. There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
That was a good run at it, Rich.
From about 8 feet. Just dominated this hole, and he ends up with an eagle. These putts keep the round together. Two under on the day. Frank, deep into a round, par 3 17, water, bunkers, long shot. What are you thinking as you're stepping on this tee?
You just take 3 and move to 18.
I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
Frank, about 150 yards to that hole location. Well, a fine birdie chance for her right now. can't make it, Frank, if you don't hit it.
Hubert Green once said, 99% of putts left short don't go in. I don't know what happened to the other 1%, but...
Just a little tap in here. Did the job right there.
Second shot.
Well done. ...2008, Frank, Tiger made that 25-foot putt right here at the 18th, final round to beat Bart Bryant by a shot. Then again, for a second straight year, he birdied this hole to defeat Sean O'Hare.
He's had a similar putt there at least 3 or 4 times, actually, to win the event. And he's been one of the few players to read it correctly.
Oh, look out, Frank. Where's this one headed?
This is definitely rough, Rich, off the tee.
She's ended up on the fairway, and it's such a good lie. So many more options available now. Frank, this is the moment of truth. In so many rounds here at Bay Hill, the second at 18.
The best way to put it is it's the most rewarding second shot you'll get on Bay Hill relative to the rest of the people playing. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
That was a solid strike and a good result. Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Just too much juicy grass between the ball and the club face. It's always going to come up short out of that sort of light.
Well, bunker play is really about technique and feel. The two greatest ever are probably Gary Player and Seve Ballesteros. Seve actually was so good, he was so skilled, that he could open up a 3-iron, that's right, a 3-iron, on a short bunker shot from a greenside bunker and splash it to a couple of feet as if he had just used a 60-degree sandwich. Amazing. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Well, we'll never know if that had gone in because it never made it.
That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Not too bad, a round of 70. Well, too bad. He gives one back. Frank, that was an impressive round out there today.
Couldn't agree more, Rich. We've seen some great shots out there, and I'm excited to see how the rest of this tournament plays out.